Hey guys, today is Friday the 11th and we are at the summer marketplace. We have some vintage milk cans and some wonderful, beautiful homemade goat milk soap. Look at how pretty this is. We've got that. We've got some variegated colors. This one has a little glitter in it. You see that? We've got 3 for 10, or I'm sorry, 3 for 20 of these little bees. And we have several different patterns and shapes. And that's 100% goat milk. Then we have these vintage porch signs. These shutters were taken from an old vintage house. They're from the 1950s. All the flowers are all from my garden and dried. And then we have solar fountains with detachable tops for cleaning. And look at this vintage window. Like I said, all the florals were all from my garden. Look at this sweet little clock. Isn't that adorable? I could see that in a little girl's room. Porch. We've got lavender sachets for $5. We've got all beeswax candles, not soy. Look at this sweet little picture frame. And we have magnesium and tallow and all handmade wind chimes and bird feeders. Come see us. We're here till 6.
Welcome to another episode of A Girl Business Podcast. I'm your host, Shelby, and today with me I have Barbara. You may recognize some of her jean jackets that she makes for little girls that are in boutiques around Lake Almanor. That is her company, Haystack, and she is also owner of Welcome to My Porch, where she does her wonderful dried flowers, goat milk soaps, and a bunch of other goodies. So I'm going to let you take it from here and just go as far back as you possibly can. The girls love all the details.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the house. Okay. So one of the things that I was really passionate about when we moved up here and we decided to start building our house and stuff is a two-story. Now I'm going to be 70 years old, and a lot of my friends and the people that I work with said I was crazy for doing that because I was getting older. But my husband and I are pretty smart. So what we did was we built the two-story with a master upstairs and a master downstairs with the attached bathroom and stuff like that. So when we do get to that point where the stairs are too difficult for us to, go up and down, we'll make that our guest room and the downstairs will be our bedroom. A lot of the style of this house comes from where I was born and raised in Wisconsin. And there was a small town called Elm Grove that I was so passionate about. When I was a little girl, my grandfather owned a liquor store there, and we would go there like at least twice a week. And it was such a quaint little town. It was like a village. It was like a village, and it had pristine, um, play, like almost cathedral-like churches and um, what do they call it? Where the nuns stay? Convents and stuff like that. And so I always wanted to fashion my house to look a lot like the things that I grew up loving. And so I think we mastered that. Um, as you know, when you build a house, there's always some things that you wish you would have done differently, but overall, we're so happy. Um, when we first came up here, we had been looking for about 5 years for a parcel close or on a lake, and uh, we decided to drive up Highway 70, hit 89, and when we came out by a canyon dam, I literally started crying.
Aw.
And I said, "This is where we need to live." So that's kind of the backstory. Um, my passion for art, I think when I was in high school, I didn't have a very fun childhood. There was a lot of drama around me. And I met this girl named Lisa, and we got into houseplants. And just watching those houseplants thrive and grow made me feel really good about myself because I was actually doing something, that worked out. And we would give them as gifts and stuff, take cuttings and stuff. Well, years later, then here comes Pinterest. That was my demise. Okay. Yeah, my husband's pretty like he wants to destroy my Pinterest. And if it later we'll take a picture of the garden. All I did was show my husband a picture on Pinterest of the garden and he duplicated it and everything. And then I love eclectic things. I like a lot of people think my stuff is farmhouse, but I have boho, I have vintage, I have little things everywhere. Um, my garden is doing really well, my flowers and stuff, but tucked inside of each little garden area, there's a little chakra, or a little something. Like right down here, there's three vintage pans, the little enamel pans. And over here, there's a chicken and a pig. And, just in little places, I've got little things. Um, but yeah, I just want people to appreciate my art because when I see things, it pops into my head. I don't sleep at night because I have a lot of ideas. So that's where the art started. I started revamping, reusing, repurposing a lot of things like the sign that's right in front of us, Shelby, that was taken out of a home. Those were louvered closet doors from the 1950s. And I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. And I thought, what am I going to make with these? And I just think this is so unique. It's better than, yeah, sure, you could go to Hobby Lobby and you could get a sign that says welcome or home or something like that, but you're not going to get the love that I've put into it. All the flowers have been dried from my garden, the lavender and chamomile, and of course the transfers I bought. But the little placard or the little door thing that is actually from Wisconsin.
Oh,
Yeah, I went
wow.
back to visit and I found a whole bunch of these old doorknobs and old, I don't know,
Keyholes?
I don't, yeah,
I don't
kind
know
of
what they're called.
kind of, I guess. And so I thought, well, I'm going to use these one day on something, and it fit perfect.
Yeah.
And when I told people the backstory, I go, look, you really don't realize what you have. You have a vintage closet door. You have an antique um, piece on there. So yeah, and then on my windows, all these were cut from my garden. Um, Peonies, except for the solo flowers right there. And then I'm on the hunt for carnival glass.
What's carnival glass?
It's the pink
Oh, okay.
glass. I think it's called Oh no, depression glass.
Depression glass?
Yeah, depression glass. Carnival glass is the orange one. And I thought, how pretty to make some unique bird feeders and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So hopefully those sell by the end of summer. I think it's still reasonable to think that, the birds are going to need to be fed, all through the fall and stuff. But yeah, they're very pretty, very unique things. So that's kind of like the backstory of how I just became crazy obsessed with crafting.
It all started with plants and Pinterest.
Yeah.
So, what sparked your guys' move? Did you move from Wisconsin to Lake Almanor?
In a roundabout way, I actually moved down to Savannah, Georgia, for a little while, and then my ex boyfriend, who we were together for 9 years, he was living in Libby, Montana, and we decided to try it again after 9 years. Moved up to Libby, Montana, September 15th, and there was a blizzard. And guess what? I was driving an MG midget. Yeah. So that was an adventure. And then it was very difficult because it was 81. And that's when we went through a really rough depression. And up there were only two companies, St. Regis Paper Company and the mill and the Forest Service. So I was working in a little restaurant and just watching it dwindle down. So I decided my mom was living in Sacramento and she said, "You need to come down here, get a job, pay some bills off and everything. And if you want to go back, then go back at least debt free." So I did that.
That's great advice.
Yeah. And I did that. I got a job at a bank and I met the father of my children. I decided that the guy I was living with, he was going in a different direction than me. So we parted ways and I had my two children, and that marriage unfortunately did not last, but uh, yeah, it got me to Sacramento. And then when I was in my late 30s, I decided I needed a career, and I went to beauty college, and I was a single mom raising two kids, going to beauty college, and Rob, my husband, we were just dating, but he supported me completely, with that decision, and I opened up my own salon 8 months after I graduated.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
What was it called?
a Backstreet Salon. It was down in Old Town Roseville.
That's such a nice area. I used to live right by there.
Oh,
Mm,
isn't that the
yes,
greatest place?
so cute.
So
So
cute.
cute.
So I was on
I lived there
Church
for like 10
Street.
years.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
my
I live
gosh.
right by Church Street.
Did you really? Oh,
Yeah.
over the bridge?
We'll cut this part out. So it was literally like here was the racetrack and like I could see the
Yeah, yeah,
racetrack.
yeah.
I lived
Okay.
right there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You were right by my
I wonder when was this?
um well, let's see. I retired 10 years ago.
We were probably girls. We were probably neighbors. We didn't even know it.
For sure we were neighbors. Because Old Town Pizza?
Yes.
Okay, I was across the parking lot. And Main Street ran this way, and I was on Church Street, which was right behind it. So that's why I put Backstreet Salon.
Yeah, we were freaking neighbors, girl.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Isn't it crazy? Have you gone back there?
I haven't gone back there. I go to Sacramento, but not to Old Roseville.
Oh, it's completely changed.
Really?
It's so sad.
Onyx was my stomping
Oh
grounds.
my gosh. Okay, the Owl Club was ours.
Okay, yeah.
So the Owl Club was directly across, and our really dear friend Jeff, he owned it and stuff. And so my husband would actually go over there, and on Thursday nights he had garlic night. So garlic mashed potatoes, garlic tri-tip, and garlic bread.
Yeah.
And so my husband would go over there and help him cook because it was packed.
Yeah.
And then Rob would either bring me some food or when I was done with my last client, which typically was about 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked all day.
Long day.
Long days.
On your feet.
Oh, I never sat down. If honestly we were doing this and I was doing what I normally do, you'd be running after me. I don't ever sit down until I go to bed. So yeah, so that's where we were, and I loved the building I was in because it was this 2-story brick building. But then if you went out my back door, the building right in front of me or right on Main Street was all brick as well. And so it made this beautiful courtyard.
Mm-hmm.
So I built a courtyard. I mean, there was weeds up to here when I first moved in. And I mean, it took a while to get the vision, but I cleaned out all the weeds. I put pavers down by myself.
Oh my goodness, girl.
Yeah, I leveled it, and then it would get really, really hot. And so I asked my husband if he could make like a little pergola. And he goes, "If you find the wood." Well, I don't know. This was a God thing because somebody had gotten rid of everything we needed. to build a pergola
Oh,
and put it right
cool.
by the back door. There was a little chain link fence right there. Um, and I planted flowers. So it was great because when my clients were, processing with their color, if they wanted to go out there, it was cool enough.
Oh, how cool.
Y- You know, in the late afternoon, it would get pretty warm, but
Mm.
yeah, it was beautiful. So I was there 22 years, and I didn't want to leave. My husband was up here. He had retired at 57 from Travis Air Force Base. He was the assistant chief for the fire department. And yeah, he retired and he goes, "What do you mean you're not retiring?" Well, I don't know. When you're married to a firefighter, you become extremely used to not having your husband around.
Mhm.
Like you got the bed to yourself, the remote control. You can vacuum at 2 o'clock in the morning. Ain't nobody going to get on your ass about that, right? And I was taking care of my mom. My mom had Alzheimer's as well. So I ran a full time business and a hair salon. And I took care of my mom full time. And Rob was gone because he was doing 48s. So he would do 48s and then he would come home for 48 hours, but he would drive right up here and he would be working on either the house or the garage or whatever. So yeah, that was our life. So it took a big adjustment for me to be around my husband 24 hours a day. And don't forget, ladies, he worked with young people, so he micromanaged a lot. And that was not fun. So that was another reason why I took the job at Baby G because I needed to get the hell out of here.
To save your marriage.
Totally to save my marriage. And I would tell customers that and we would just laugh and laugh and I'm like, I love my husband, but my God, I can only take so much of them. One of the things that we do that we're not even aware of, we go grocery shopping, right? And we've got like 20 bags in the car and we're thinking, "Oh no, I can get this in
Mm.
one trip or two trips," right? And he would never why don't you just come and get me and tell me? And I'm like, that's a good question. I don't even know. Well, I was a single mom with 4 kids at home, running a hair salon, taking care of a woman that had dementia, severe dementia, and I, I did it all by myself. So I think that's the reason why it was difficult for me to make that change. So now I come home and I just walk in and go, "There's groceries in the car." Have
Cheers
at
to
it.
that.
Yeah, right. When we retired, the home was being built. Um, it had been closed in, but like there was a major amount of work to do in the inside.
Mhm.
And so Rob's whole family came out. Um, w- we did a celebration of life for his brother and stuff. And so they were all here. And I'm like, well, you really have to use your imagination because right here is going to be this. Um, there was a lot of work that needed to be done. And there were boxes. We were at least able to put all of our boxes. We sold our house down in Citrus Heights, and most everything was in storage up here. But the overflow, the last few trips, we had to put it somewhere else. So it was in our dining room. But
Mm.
yeah, it's it's been a labor of love, for sure.
Yeah.
And and then the 2-bedroom apartment we converted to a Airbnb.
Nice.
It's so adorable in there. Sometimes I'll just go up there and I'll just sit down on the couch and it just gives me such peace. I don't know how to explain it, but that was where we stayed. That's where, I brought my mom up there and, we would come up for the weekends and um, we'd bring the grandkids up here. I have 6 grandkids down in Chico, and every time, I mean, almost every single weekend, I was up here. And my daughter-in-law would go, "Well, feel free to stop." So I just pull up to her house and I had opened the doors and say, "Whoever wants to come up," and all six always
Oh, of
did.
course. Grandma's at the lake? Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Throw 'em a little
So
apartment? Heck yeah.
yeah. Yeah, and so the kids would get the master bed. Now I'd sleep on the little love seat, like in a V position, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of really wonderful memories. And then when we converted it to the Airbnb, we have been so fortunate. We have met so many very wonderful people. We actually had a family from France
Oh my
that stayed here.
gosh.
Yeah, Laurent and her husband. But he was an engineer and they were living in San Francisco. He was doing the fracking. He was a fracking engineer. And so they came over on a visa, and then started looking at, all the beautiful places in California for them to see and stuff like that. But that they were amazing people. Amazing. We talked a lot, but with respect, they wanted to go see things and stuff. So, if we were out on the porch, we'd invite them up, sit on the porch swing, have a beverage, usually alcoholic.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, we've been blessed with that. Now, I have three grandchildren that live in Fresno, and my grandsons, Gabriel is 22, Elijah is 19, about to be 20. And they were struggling down there. They were having a hard time getting a job.
Fresno's rough. There's a
Oh,
lot of
yeah, sketch.
yeah.
Yeah, it's real bad.
Yeah, Fresno is
And
tough to
I
make it.
really wanted them out of there. I wanted them to see a different life. This isn't for long term, but both of them wound up getting good jobs and stuff. Now Elijah made enough money. He's going back to Fresno. I think because at his age, he missed a lot of his friends and stuff like
Yeah.
that. He'll feel differently in a couple years, but house is always open to them. So Gabriel and his girlfriend, Maylin, they are living now in the apartment. We took a year off from doing the Airbnb, and we thought that it would be good for them to have their own space,
Mhm.
to see what living independently would be like, even though we're right downstairs.
Yeah.
And we're always here to help them. So Maylin got an opportunity to move to Colorado, and I think Gabe is going to take the opportunity as well. He's learned some construction things. He was a newbie, and they took him on, and he did real well. And I think the change will be really good for both the kids. About 5 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, we surprised my mother in law. She goes to Destin, Florida every year during the winter because she lived in Missouri and now she lives in Illinois. And the weather gets really bad there. And she's
Yeah.
87 years old. So she's met and has a bunch of really wonderful friends down in Destin. And so we decided that we were going to surprise her. Well, we wound up with my grandson Elijah and my granddaughter Adriana. And we were like, well, I guess we're going to go on a road trip. And they were doing independent studies. So we contacted the school and they did fantastic. They did the best that they've ever done
That's good.
because they had a set time where they had to do their studies. And then they had all day free time, but they had so the teacher would, print off all the paperwork and everything and mail it to wherever we were, and then we would find a place where we could fax the information, or the kids could actually take pictures of it and send it back to their teachers and stuff. And Adriana's grades went from D's to A's.
Mhm.
Elijah got 2 A's, and so they did really good. But we have friends because my husband was on a military installation, and when they retired, they relocated in different areas, and we went and visited them.
Oh,
So
fun.
yeah, we
That's
started off
fun.
in Nevada. We went to Needles, Nevada, and our friend Monty took them on razors up into the desert, shot guns. I mean, they had a blast, and we did that all the way to Florida. Went to Louisiana, went uh, so many places, and they were the best of friends. I would have never done that with my two kids. Never. They would have killed each other 20 minutes into the car.
Well, I think that I'm a firm believer. I don't think our school system is for everyone. I don't think
No,
kids should be sitting still all day. I think it just trains people to be corporate workers.
I agree
I
with
think
you.
that's all it does.
Legitimately, after raising my two kids who struggled in school and barely graduated, they did graduate. Elijah quit school. So he's basically got a freshman level education. Um, but it's incredible how he's very right brain thinker. He's a fantastic musician. He
Mm.
raps freestyle. He's on YouTube. Um,
Oh, we'll have to check them out.
yeah,
We'll put them in the description.
yeah. Um, Baby E, and and he freestyles about things that he's passionate about. And I love it. I love being in the car with him and listening to his music and stuff. Or he'd be up in his room and everything, and he'd just be freestyle rapping. And he would tell me stories like, "Hey, Grandma, I didn't tell you this story, but me and Juan, we got into a studio down in Fresno, and I wasn't gonna rap, but Juan brought me in, and I totally freestyled this song, and then he put it on, and I'd be like, That's just incredible to me."
Mm.
But he never thought that it was necessary for him to have geometry or the things that he didn't feel that he was were going to be useful in school or in real life. So he definitely has a different way of thinking. If I could do it over again, I would homeschool my kids. I had a really good friend that she homeschooled both her daughters.
Mhm.
And a lot of people think that when you homeschool that you have to be their teacher, but that's not true.
Right.
There's a curriculum out there where you can help them with their curriculum, but there's teachers out there as well that if you are not strong in math, you can take them somewhere. But they also use real life.
Mhm.
So I'm a tactile learner and stuff, and real life would have been way better for me, you know?
Yeah. And I think kids should get out there just like you said. You guys went all across the country and
Yeah.
like what invaluable life experience.
Yeah, we went to the
You know?
Alamo. I mean, you study that out of a book, it's boring as hell.
Yeah. That's in San Antonio, right? Yeah.
We went there. We went to Texas. We went to a rodeo. Um, we did so many things I couldn't even tell you. The fact that the kids, we'd pull in different RV spots and everything. The kids could get on their bikes. I mean, they were in search of smoke shops, but
You win some, lose some.
yeah, whatever. Um, but the fact that they would get on a bike,
Mhm.
and just have fun. That was amazing. So I applaud these parents that are trading in their houses and getting a fifth wheel and raising their kids on the road.
Yeah. I
I
think that's
mean, me
amazing.
too. My next life.
I hope this is I don't know how many more lives I have left. I hope not many. I feel like this is my 110th.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't know. You better learn your lessons.
But I totally agree. I have the same outlook and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So for the jean jackets, is that something that you started when you moved here?
Yes. Okay. Well, I was visiting my aunt down in Wisconsin, and she lives right outside of Elm Grove. And I was scrolling, and I saw this darling little jean jacket, and my mom's sewing machine was downstairs in her basement, and all set up. And it's a fantastic sewing machine, so easy to use. And I just got this idea, and I went to Joanne Fabrics and picked up some lace and um, got some things and just loved. But now I'm going to create some new things. So where the back is of the jean jacket?
Mhm.
I'm ripping that out and I'm putting lace panels in
Oh,
or crisscross
cute.
little things.
Yeah.
I'm going to rip the bottom bands off, and I'm thinking of getting an embroidery machine
Oh, you
and
should.
embroidering bad to the bone on the bottom where it's all torn and vintagey looking. And yeah, I'm going to distress them. And but I would put so on a lot of them I did a ruffle and and then lace over the top of them. I don't know. I mean, I just think that they're just precious, and the material that I used was very appropriate for the children,
Mhm.
like country and stuff. Should I bring one out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was just thinking in my
Please hold.
mind. Please hold, guys. Please hold. Please hold. This would be a great spot, actually. A message from our sponsor. A Girl Business Podcast is selling ad space. So if you are a family owned business or if you're a male owned business and you would like to support women and become an ally, this is your opportune moment.
Okay, so this actually was like the first one, and I made this specifically for myself. And I was at my aunt's in Wisconsin and stuff like that, and I just thought this would be so cute with leggings and the boots, like Doc Martens.
Yes.
Super cute with ruffled socks.
Of course. Elite combo.
Absolutely. So this was the first one that I tried, and then I started looking at some other things. Now, some of these are not finished, but like this one, it's got the yellow and white daisies on the bottom, and then the overlap, and then the daisies on the top. And again, I think these are so darling paired with leggings on little girls. This one has butterflies, or I mean ladybugs. And I'm not finished with this one because I'm going to actually hand sew this on here so you can't see the stitching, so that if the jacket's open, and once again, a lot of people want to size for their children, but you should always get a jacket bigger than your child because number one, in the summer they can wear a tank top, and you want the jacket to be slouchy. Slouchy is the way kind of off the shoulder and everything. But then in the wintertime, you can pair it with a hoodie. So you want it to be a little bit bigger, a little bit more roomier in the shoulders and then the arms for you to layer. The goal is to get the money out of it. So these sell for $60. And then I
Oh
also
my gosh.
paired them with some little outfits so that people see I'm creative. So a lot of people aren't, but look at these have little foxes on them and then the lace. And then I found these little overalls and I thought, oh my God, that would be adorable for a little girl.
Super cute. And you have these at Cozy Cabin.
I did have a few of them over at Cozy Cabin, but it was during the summer and they didn't sell until fall. So I am going to be going to boutiques in Red Bluff and Redding and stuff like that and see if they would pick up my line. Also, they'll be available at the Hub. And
the Made in Plumas?
Yeah, Made in Plumas at the Hub in Quincy. And I'm going to start bringing them out to the shows August. And then are there shows in September or October?
I know that Melody is in the works of securing a show for October. I don't know of any others around here, but I know that in December, the Eta Alpha chapter in Quincy has a show in the fairgrounds. That was a pretty good show. I did it last year. I can give you the information for that.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah. And then one of my girlfriends is down in Orville, and she is going to give me some information for a show down that way that she said is really good, but I don't know how far you want to go. It's like Yuba City-ish.
I don't have a problem traveling.
Yeah.
We actually, my husband and I, the Roseville auction.
Oh, these would do really good there.
They didn't.
Really?
It has changed.
Oh my God. I would have thought that's like.
No, and I took all this like stuff like this and I had glass little Christmas trees that I made, and oh my God, the wind came up so bad. It blew over all the glass and broke it.
Oh, how devastating.
Yeah, even the vendor next to me, he was selling tennis shoes and stuff like that. The covers of the tennis shoe boxes were flying down the road, and even some of the boxes had blown over off the shelves and stuff. The people that were really doing good, because we were right in that center
Mhm.
area where they did a lot of the garage sale kind of things.
Mhm.
And she put me on the corner right there. And yeah, we didn't do well at all.
That's so surprising. You
I
just never
know.
know. That's the thing about craft shows. You literally like you never know.
Well, I thought because, I mean,
I thought for sure. I'm like, oh. You know where your stuff would like really reminds me of? Have you ever been to Antique Trove in
yeah.
Roseville? That I think your stuff fits right in with there.
The only problem is the amount of rent that you'd have to pay for a space.
Is it expensive?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't charge very much, you know. So I
Mhm.
don't think $65 for this jacket. But okay, so this is my idea. So I'm going to, so that kids could wear it during the summer as well. Take this back panel, maybe even out here, shred it and put a lace panel in
Mhm.
right here. And then if I do get that embroidery machine, bad to the bone or peekaboo or something really cute like that,
Mhm.
and then it wouldn't be so finished. It would be kind of rough. And I'm thinking of doing adult ones.
You absolutely should.
Um so my aunt, when I was back in Wisconsin, we walked by a winery and they had women's jean jackets, and it was winery themed, but they had the F-bomb on it, and stuff, and they were selling like hotcakes.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if I'd wear that because I wouldn't want to offend somebody,
Yeah.
Uh, but there must be a way that, Anyway, so once again, this is my brain. And then my husband's like, "How much longer are you going to do this?" And I'm like, "I don't know.
Probably
Huh,
forever.
probably."
Yeah.
But I don't know if I so I'm the one that likes to create. If
Mhm.
somebody else could go do the craft show for me,
Amen to that.
oh my God.
There's so much work.
They are so much work.
They're so like you never know until you do it.
Just putting the pop-up up is a pain in the ass, you know?
But it's so fun like when you get like back-to-back sales and your adrenaline goes, you're like, "Oh my god, I want to do this forever." And then it's like a slow hour and you're like, "Why am I doing this to myself?"
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, that would be perfect for me. That's why I love the hub, is because I
Mhm.
can place my stuff there and the people come in and visit because the visitor center is in there and stuff, and so they see that stuff, and then I get a check every month. So creating these things is the best part for me. This is the fun.
Mhm.
Selling it is hard. Setting it up is hard, because I don't always set up. Okay, for example, I was at Moe's Gray Eagle show at the golf course, right? I did very, very well there and saw you there. Well, the wind came up and I had a soap display,
Mm.
and the whole soap display, or a door. I had a door with shelving, and the whole door came flying on my head.
Oh my gosh.
And I was talking to a customer, and all I saw was her go like this, So a neighbor crafter, she had bungee cords, and so she bungeed it down. Her and I bungeed it down and stuff. Then at another craft show, my soap started melting.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like running around trying to figure out where I could put it
Mhm.
where it would stop melting, But I like organic products, so like my soap. My soap is 100% goat's milk. There's vitamin E oil in it, shea butter, and I make the cutest shapes. Like the new one has a honeycomb, pattern on it with little bees, and I've got
Oh
ladybugs
my
for the
gosh, how
for the little. Oh, they're
cute.
so cute. And then flowers.
Mhm.
Now the flowers I sell for $10 only because ounce per ounce, they're big, and they will last you over 3 months.
Yeah. Worth it.
Totally. And it's so kind to your skin,
Mhm.
you know? All that other stuff is so bad. And then I started making my own tallow.
Oh, nice. I just
Yeah.
got some tallow, what was it? Chapstick? Yesterday I was at Gold Diggers in
Oh,
Greenville.
yeah. Where's that at?
Greenville.
I know where Greenville is.
So Gold Diggers is an annual event that they have.
Oh,
Yeah, like to I guess honor the mining industry. But it was like their 35th year. They had me announce the parade for them.
shut
Yeah, it
up.
was so fun.
I
You'll have
didn't
to go
even
next
know.
year. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have vendors. Three Mountain Girls were there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. You should do it. They have a bunch of food, a bunch of vendors, a parade.
See, I'm always looking on Facebook for events and stuff like that, but I didn't see that on
Yeah,
there.
that one's on there. So, I don't know of any others coming up this summer, but next time I see stuff like that, I'll send it to
You'll
you.
love that chapstick.
Yeah.
Okay, so yesterday we were at the lake probably 5 hours, 5.5 hours.
Dang.
I don't wear sunscreen. I don't wear it at all
Girl, why?
because there's shit in that.
Really?
There's terrible things in that
Oh
sunscreen.
God.
Yeah, be aware.
So you just raw dog it.
Tallow.
I mean, your skin looks amazing.
Tallow.
You put tallow for sunblock.
Tallow. I'm not going to tell you that it will.
Right. We're not
Re-
no FDA approved.
Exactly. I am not going to tell you that you won't burn with tallow, but I was out there for, yeah, I raw dogged with tallow. I got back and my décolleté,
Mm.
was a little sunburn, pretty sunburn right here. But look, I put tallow on before I went to bed.
And that was like a nice tan.
It's totally golden glow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, fun
And
fact.
online there is a tallow based sunscreen
Mm.
that people should start looking into. It doesn't have any bad things in it. You know those sprays for the children?
Mhm.
Oh my God. I wish I would have known. So I'm trying to go back to more organic.
Mm. And that stuff, is that under your Welcome to My Porch
Yes.
line? Okay. And when did that line start?
Just recently, I think I started last year and I put a few things into Elegant Farmer
Mhm.
and my soap
Perfect match.
sold out right away. Although she doesn't like she's very particular about what she puts in her store and I love that about Lynn.
Mhm.
She doesn't like the country stuff, it's elegant,
Mhm.
And but she said my soap sold out right away. And then I asked her if she could put the tallow in. I just brought in I think 18 more containers of tallow, but that seems to be my biggest sale because I put it on people and I say, now go shop. I'm one that I can't stand anything greasy.
Mhm.
It bugs me. And so I'll put it on them. They come shopping and I go, you're going to be amazed because it drinks right into your skin. It's wonderful. And how many people can say that?
Right. Sunscreen's usually pretty bulky. I was just talking to somebody the other day. I can't stand the feeling of when it gets into your eyes.
Oh my gosh.
You can't get it out. It
No.
hurts so bad
Right.
for hours.
Hours.
It's the worst.
And it's usually like right in that corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can understand that. I'll have to look into that, some tallow stuff.
And then I started making magnesium butter. Magnesium, we are all magnesium deficient, even if we take supplements. So my husband has a hard time because of his job, sleeping all through the night. And I started researching that, and I know he doesn't take supplements. He doesn't take anything. And because he's a man,
Sorry, it's truth.
So true. And so I started making it in my kitchen.
Mhm.
And it works so good. Like you just put it on the bottom of your feet. You just
Really?
rub it in, put it in the bottom of your feet. It stops muscle cramps. It stops pain, restless leg syndrome. It gives you restful sleep. If you guys look it up, it's fantastic. And all you do is just put a fingertip on the bottom of your feet, rub it in, and when you lay down, they say to do it about an hour before you go to bed. I do it right before I go to bed. I don't have a problem going to sleep. But Rob's been sleeping much better.
Wow.
He was actually having active nightmares where he was punching and hitting things in the air one day. one day the covers went flying off and he was punching up in the air. And
Oh
I'm
my
like, Rob,
gosh.
wake up. And he goes, man, I was wrestling bears. Another time he fell off the bed.
Oh my
So
gosh.
he was going through a period of time where he was just, I don't know, we don't know what was going on. Maybe underlying things were bothering him. I don't know.
Mm.
But being a firefighter, you're always on that alert, you know?
Mhm.
And so I tried it and he's been sleeping way better. So, and then on top of all of this, just because my life is not full enough, we are having puppies.
Oh, are you? Oh, what kind of
Yes,
puppies?
lab, AKC
Oh.
Labs. Philip Lemaster.
Yeah.
Okay, well, his dog Miles and my little girl River, um, hooked up, and
Bam, chicka,
woo,
wow,
I can't do that. I wish I could.
wow.
Um, anyway, so we're gonna have puppies in
Oh, how
September.
fun. Well, that's gonna be a handful. You got your hands full,
Oh yeah,
girl.
and then I leave September 20th
Where are you
for a
going?
cruise. I'm going to the ABC Islands with my sister-in-law.
Oh my gosh, how
Yeah.
fun.
So poor Rob. Feel bad.
Cute dogs have fun.
Bye, there's shit everywhere.
Oh, and that smell too. The puppy
Uh,
smell. Like,
actually, so I've been YouTubing this because, we've never done this, but she's so beautiful. She's all white
oh
and
wow.
her dad was chocolate and her mom was gold. And she came out just all white and she's just so pretty and she has champion bloodlines and so does Milo
Oh
for hunting.
wow.
And so, big hunting area up here. She is definitely a bird dog. When
Mhm.
we took her to Florida, she was only 4 months old when we got back. So she would sleep on the console of the truck. By the time we got back, her butt was on the console and her head was on my legs on
Oh.
and she still tries to sleep on the console, and I go, "Girl,
Sweet.
that ain't happening." So yeah, so we're excited. We're very excited about the puppies and stuff like that.
Cool. So are you gonna be posting on Facebook and stuff, keeping everybody
Absolutely,
updated?
yeah. I'm gonna take pictures. Yeah.
Yes. How fun. So you have the haystack. You're getting ready for a revamp, maybe some snarky adult
Yep.
ones.
Yep.
And then you have Welcome to My Porch, which is a lot of this is at the shows and stuff. You're having puppies. You're getting ready to go on a
Making
cruise.
tallow,
Doing
I'm
tallow.
doing candles. I do all beeswax. It's just 100% beeswax. In my research, soy is an endocrine disruptor and beeswax does not smoke.
Wow.
It burns so clean. So, yeah, the scents aren't heavy. They're not heavily scented because when you use any of the scenters, the beeswax, for some reason, soy absorbs it better. Well, I'm not making soy. And I don't care if the candles smell your whole house up. I can't stand that. And people have become very, very sensitive to scents as
Mm-hmm.
well. So some of my tallow balms I made lightly scented with just essential oils. That's all that's in it is tallow, vitamin E, a little coconut oil, and essential oils. So
Mm-hmm.
it's perfect. In fact, I've got one over here that
Okay. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's do a little QVC moment, girls.
I'm gonna smell this. This is one I use. It's wisteria,
Oh yeah, I like that.
but it's light. It's
Right.
not heavy. And you know what? When I put it on, I can smell it, but it's not overpowering.
It doesn't smell artificial
Yeah.
like Bath and Body Works.
Sorry. And then this is the magnesium lotion, and I whip this up. This is a devil to make, let me tell you. But look, 4 ounces. That's going to probably last us 6, maybe 8 months. Because literally all you do is this. That's as much as you need.
Wow.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
So you can put it on the inside of your knees, your thighs. The bottom of your feet is the best though because transdermal, it absorbs right into your skin and
It's very whippy.
yeah,
Oh yeah. Smells nice.
creamy.
Yes, creamy. That is exactly the word.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of fun stuff going on. What advice would you give to women who maybe feel like they're juggling a lot or are interested in starting a business?
One of the things that I hear a lot is that people say that they don't have time for this, but I had custody of all 3 of my grandbabies for 6 months who were in football, cheerleading. They were teenagers or preteen. My mom, who had degenerative disease, Alzheimer's, and running a hair salon all at the same time without having my husband there to help me juggle some of the things. I look back and I think, how did I do that? But you do have time. At night when the kids would go to bed, I would paint things. It would help calm me down. A lot of people have anxiety nowadays, panic attacks.
Mhm.
My thing to alleviate all of that was to do something artful. And I had a very small house. My house was only 1,400 square feet down in Sacramento area. So you can do these things, find something that you like to do, whether it's painting something or pick something off of Pinterest and figure out how to make it. A lot of people see my the glass stuff, and then I had a few ladies say, "Well, how do you glue that with Elmer's?" And I'm like, "No, no." And it was definitely a labor of love and very difficult to figure out. I had one fountain fall apart like 6 times,
Oh my gosh.
and finally figured it out. And I'm not sharing what I do
I cannot blame you.
because it made me crazy. I almost said, just forget it. And it's not E6000, folks.
Tell you that for free.
Yeah, for free. Don't even go there. But yeah, it is hard. You just wake up in the morning and my life is a mess. There's piles everywhere in my house. Like like right now I've got a pile of lavender sachets that I want to embroider. That's up in my bedroom. And then I've got a side yard that has literally shit everywhere. And then I go off and then I get plants, like $300 worth of plants, and I'm like, "Oh god, now I got to plant them." In the middle of doing my garden, doing this. So a lot of the glassware, when Shelby got here, there's a huge basket full of glass and it's on my porch right now because at the end of the night I would, come out here with my glass of wine and kind of piece pieces together, to see what would fit, what would work. My fountains are my favorite. I love my solar fountains. I sell those for 95. Um, I did have one kind of not work out. So when I did do the gluing and everything, you almost have to stand and hold it. And so one of the jars slipped a little bit. So I saw that it was cattywampus and there's no taking it apart. Once it's there, it's like I don't know how I would get it apart. So anyway, it's doable. It's definitely doable. Just do a little bit every day,
Mhm.
on top of everything else. I'm staining the decks and so the minute I wake up, I usually go out because the sun is not on the back. And so the back deck, and we have a deck off of our bedroom. So I started staining that. My husband's like, "Oh yeah.
And what advice would you have for women that maybe want to start a business?
Um, find, do a little research. I just dove in. Um, I would, I would look around and see like what sells. People are really I noticed at our craft fairs that a lot of sales are like the new things, the tallow and the magnesium lotion. And um at the last one they had permanent jewelry,
Mhm.
and she was packed. um Things like that. I'm also thinking about going back to school to become a paramedical tattoo artist,
Oh, what's that?
so they get rid of stretch marks.
Oh.
And paramedical, they can And my really dear friend, they live in Reno and they started their own business doing it. They do fine line tattooing.
Mhm.
But because I'm so creative and stuff like that, I know I could do this. And I used to do her hair. She would drive down from Reno just for me and her mom, me to do her and her mom and stuff. And we've been friends forever. So, yeah, they started this business and they're just doing gangbusters.
Awesome.
Yeah, can you imagine scars, getting rid of your scars
Yeah.
or taking off tattoos? So, uh breast augmentation, like if they do a mastectomy, they can actually replace the nipple doing paramedical tattooing
Oh,
and make it
wow.
look just normal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've seen their work. It's incredible.
How rewarding.
Yeah, it is very rewarding and they're doing very, very well, very successful. So, if anybody out there um, is interested in something like that, look up Olive and Sage in Reno. And yeah,
And if people want to order jackets or tallow or magnesium or place a custom order for any of your wonderful products, how can they reach you? What's the best way to see
um,
your stuff or get a hold of you?
for right now, um, either at the hub in Quincy or they can contact me. My number's 916-899-1004. Um, Barbara Jones, and you can just call me and order it. And then I have business cards, so or look for me at coming up craft fairs,
Perfect.
you know.
And I'll put all that information down in the description. So any other final words of wisdom or anything else that you would like the girls that are watching to know?
When you feel passionate about doing something, it's not work. When you create something, it's not work. I don't make the money. I don't build time into my products. I like to give somebody a quality piece of work for a reasonable price. So, I feel like everything sells itself. Now the windows I'm probably going to do a couple different windows with little shelves on the bottom and stuff because, we're not in spring anymore. And these are great. This is the way that we'll show you. I would hang them. This was kind of the inspiration. And then I had so many flowers that I was drying and stuff. So I love how it hangs. I think it's beautiful outside your door. Or you can put it on a wall. Mo bought 2 of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and where she put them, she just absolutely loves them. So you can either hang them from the back or hang them. And I don't paint the windows. I love all the crazy distressedness of the window. So, yeah.
Let's see. And these are the shutters that you were talking about
Yeah,
earlier.
those are the shutters.
Very cute.
These are bird feeders right here. They're not finished yet. They have to be hooked and then these are some of the windows that I had.
Perfect.
Hey, this is a wind chime made out of an antique purse. And I'm going to hang that up.
Oh, wow. Is this your flowers? Are these where you grow some of your flowers?
This is my garden.
How cool.
Yeah, but we've been having problems with squirrels so bad.
Oh.
They take a bite out of my tomato and then leave them. These were filing cabinets.
Oh my gosh, how cool.
Yeah. So this is one of the fountains. It's got to be cleaned up and stuff like that. But even the deer come and drink from it. And I make sure that for Eve, you can just pick this up and clean it.
That was pretty clever.
So everything else is glued down. Let's take a look at Brenda's over here. So this is the one that I made for Brenda.
Sorry, Brenda.
Oh no, she would love it. And once again, they're a little bit dirty,
That's okay.
but yeah, that's the one that I had to redo 6 times.
And they're solar?
They're solar.
How cool.
And then here's another one that I made.
Oh, wow.
Look at the chipmunks. So the bowl is over here. And the bowl goes on top of here. But they've been gone for 2 weeks. I'm probably going to wash this out. But she leaves it. And you just saw the chipmunks and the birds in here.
Yeah. Very
And she
cute.
takes her solar out.
And that's what pushes all the water through it?
Mm-hmm. So that's on bubbler right now. But they do spray up.
Mhm.
In fact, at the show in LACC, I was trying to put one of the solar things in, and it had the spray nozzle. It came up like 2 feet, drenched me. I went like this. I was looking around. I was like, oh, shit, I hope nobody saw that.
Well, what a beautiful home you have built here for yourselves.
Thank you.
I may or may not have Cheeto dust on my shirt. Not my proudest moment, girls.